Coming in under 6,300 pounds with beautiful solid surface countertops, modern cabinetry, a big U dinette, and double over double rear bunks. Folks, this is the all new 2021 Radiance 25BH. Let's jump right into the kitchen. So as I stated, folks, one of my favorite things about this one, right, is that you still have a pretty decent weight. You're coming in, I think this one as equipped is like 6,250 pounds, right around there. But they didn't skimp, right? They give you beautiful, true, solid surface countertops, which a lot of times, you know, the manufacturers won't do. A lot of them are going to like a thermofoil countertop, which is nice, but for me, you know, the true solid surface is just one step up, right? It just has that look, that appeal to it. You know, you can put like a little fleck in it, things like that. And then it definitely allows you to undermount the sink as as most people want. It's a much cleaner look. Plus, you get the sink top cover right here so that you have, it's nice and flush. So it gives you that prep space. But not only that, you'll see right over next to it, Aaron, take a look at that, buddy. They give you prep space right here too between the sink and the countertop. So, if you're prepping food, making sushi, rolling it up, you got a spot to do it right there. Right next to that is your 3-burner cooktop. That is recessed glass cover. That just folds up and back like so, opens up those 3 burners. This one does have light up knobs, Furion brand. Underneath is your oven. If you flip it down, it lights up that oven light as well as the knobs. Right in the center is off, and then up is just the knobs that light up. If we drop down underneath, you can take a look at some of the cabinetry. Aaron, what are your thoughts on the cabinetry there, buddy? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What are you thinking?
I think it's a pretty sleek design.
Yeah, no, I think so too. For me, I kind of like it. They kind of has like I don't know if I'd call it like a beech wood maybe, right? Like a little bit lighter wood color, but they gave it a nice dark accent stripe here, as well as on the top. And I think this stripe actually adds a lot for the countertops. I think that's what really brings out. I think without it, it would be a little plain and boring, but I think that just adds a lot. And very modern pulls here as well, right? Taking a look inside, great storage right there for pots and pans. I certainly can appreciate that. Underneath the sink, you have more storage there as well as the plumbing access, and not 1, not 2, but 3 full extension drawers. The top one already has your flatware divider in it, and this bottom one is nice and deep. So if you have some of those larger items, like I like to bring an immersion blender, right, because it's nice and easy for my protein shakes, but a lot of times it won't fit in a standard drawer. It's a little bit big. Throw it right down there. I am good to go. Up top, storage all the way across the top here as well. Same wood, same pulls on there, but they're mounted they're on the bottom, so which makes sense, right? Makes it easier to pull, but I like how this is just one big storage area. A lot of times they'll divide it up. They'll have the microwave in the center there. This setup right here is the way I prefer it. I have the big storage all the way across. I have the prep space right there in the center, exactly where I want it. Microwave and hood are over to the side. And then coming in a little bit further, you will see big pantry. So you have the shelf right up top. Down below, there is a hanging rod in there. And that's big for me because it bothers me when manufacturers don't do that. I've seen it before and I'm like, why? You have this big space. Put a rod in there. And this is good because it gives you options. If you want pantry, you have pantry. If you want to use this for kids, or if you have other adults back here for their clothes, it gives you the ability to do that too. Now, before we hit the beds, I want to talk real quick about the flooring because this is pretty unique. You will see they have the PVC woven flooring all the way through, right? That vinyl flooring. A lot of manufacturers are putting it in the slide. Most of them aren't using that same weave throughout the floor. They just have a regular vinyl sheet rather than the woven vinyl. The thing I do like about this, they've been using this in the marine industry for years, but it is super easy to clean. It doesn't stain, which is great. It's nice and tough. It's cut and tear resistant, and that I really think is the big one, right? If you have dogs that come with you, right? And if you have that vinyl sheeting, sometimes the nails can start to get in there and create little holes or little spots. you won't have that issue with the vinyl weave, right? So definitely some big advantages to having this throughout the entire floor. Let's take a look at that back. Those I mentioned, double over double bunks, 275-pound weight capacity. Both top and bottom bunks have lights on there. You will also see the windows over to the side, and then you have the privacy curtain right here. Underneath, I'll open that up. You'll see pretty decent storage. You do have a pipe running through there, so just be cognizant when you're loading that up to make sure you're not putting anything heavy on that plumbing. But you do get pretty good storage space in there. The one thing I guess I would have liked to have seen in the bunks would have been some kind of electrical outlet, right? Whether it's a USB, whether it's a 120, something in here. I know we all go camping to get away from electronics, but on a rainy day, giving the kids their own space to just kind of sit there and be able to watch a movie on an iPad, for me, it's a lifesaver, right? If you're doing an extended camping trip, trust me, you'll understand. Making our way to the back bathroom here. Oh, got a bunch of stuff in my back pockets. I'm sitting on keys. Let me move that because that's not comfortable. There we go. All right. So right here, folks, I have great space, right? Good leg space, good shoulder space. I can poop here for an extended period of time, or if as my wife says, right, she tells me I get away from the kids, Aaron. She says that I come to the bathroom to play on my phone and get away from the kids. And she's not wrong. No, just kidding, kind of. So if we take a look at the bathroom, you will see good storage space right here. It makes for a good linen closet, plenty of room to put your towels, all your other goodies. Cologne if you need to smell fresh. Need to, spray that on to try to get rid of the campfire smell and you don't feel like showering or whatever. A little bit of storage underneath there, plus plumbing access. And you have an actual mirrored medicine cabinet right up top rather than just a plastic one. The other thing I do like is that they put a light right here. For anyone that, has to get ready in the morning, and I know you wouldn't notice because I have like a neck beard going on right now. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to clean that up. But, for anyone that has to get ready in the morning, being able to have a light right there to see your makeup or whatever else you need to do, that makes a big difference. Stepping into the shower. What you'll notice, folks, I'm 6 foot tall, and take a look at this. I can stand anywhere in here, and I am not hitting my head. That is a big deal for me. If I do turn sideways, I am going to be rubbing on the curtain. There's just no doubt about that. There's just not enough room for me here sideways, but this way, I can kind of, spread the old legs, grab the hand wand, and pretty much do the cleaning in this side profile position, and I will be good to go. You also notice shelves all along the corner there. The other thing I will say I do like about this one is the threshold on this shower base. More often than not, you only have a small little threshold that's like this, and what happens is the curtain constantly just goes over it, right? There's that hot air, that the hot water hits that basin and then it wants to raise, and so it kind of pushes up and out, and it pushes your curtain out. The threshold like that, your curtain will stay in there so you're not getting water all over the floor. Making our way back out, Ever-Chill 12-volt refrigerator. This is a travel lock, so that way you can have it just like that. When you're traveling, open it up when you get to your destination, and you will notice this is on even though we don't have shore power because it's 12 volt, runs off your batteries. Neat thing about this one, folks, a couple different things. One, it is compressor driven, meaning it'll cool down nice and quickly, just a few hours. You don't have to turn it on overnight. And because it does run off your batteries, if you have 2 batteries in solar, you can run this thing nearly indefinitely, which is pretty great. So for those of you that want to go boondocking or be somewhere where you don't have shore power and you still want to be able to camp, these 12-volt refrigerators definitely have some advantages. U-shaped dinette. A couple quick things about U-shaped dinette, especially with this size table. One of the things I want to point out, one of the myths that I want to debunk, folks, you cannot sit more people at a U-shaped dinette than a standard. I'm just putting that out there right now. You can't. Why? Legs. We have them, and they get in the way. You're not fitting more than 3 people at this dinette. There's just no way. You'll have one person in the center, one person here, one person there, and that's all you're going to get. Especially with a table this size, you don't have enough room for plates for more than 3 people, right? Because it's a narrow table. Why a U-dinette then? What advantages do they have? Well, when this drops down into a bed, it makes a much larger bed than a standard dinette. Well, I mean, as an adult, right, I can easily lay across this at 6 foot and be very comfortable. If there's 2 of us and we're okay super snuggling, right, for sleeping on our sides and spooning, we could do that too. But that's the big advantage of the U-dinette, folks, is going to be the bed space, not the seating space. Windows, you will see windows in the slide. Roller shades, that is a nice upgrade. I personally am not a huge fan of having this. I don't think this little grabby guy is necessary. It just kind of gets in the way to me, and when the window is up, it just hangs there. I just don't, I mean, I can reach up and grab here, right? I don't know. It goes up a little more than most, I guess, I suppose. Anyway, when you bring it down though, you know, it kind of pulls on one side. If they're gonna have it, maybe have it centered rather than off to one side. Whatever, I digress. Underneath, you will see good storage. Open that up. I do like this, plenty of storage space on both sides. You know, the nice thing about this is if you measure it out, what I would recommend doing is finding like a little bin that you can slide in there so you can pull it out, access anything underneath there nice and easily. A big feature I do like is right here. That's the entertainment center. I think they did a killer job on this. I love the way it is set up. I like the accent lighting. I think this looks really sharp. If I have to give them a big kudos on design, I think the entertainment center is it. You have the TV that comes with it. You get the sound bar, HDMI input. You have a shelf for auxiliary equipment, which far too often a lot of manufacturers forget about. So you have a Blu-ray player, something like that, or you know, if it's a family RV, maybe you have like a PS5. If you were one of the people that were lucky enough to get one for the kiddos, throw that in there, whatever it may be. Storage underneath here as well, plus lighting. And then on the other side, you get double doors into the bedroom. Gives you a little more privacy, right? Not that you're gonna be doing anything crazy in the bedroom of a family RV, but you know, if you're snoring, something like that, and plus, I don't know, I like having an actual physical door when I'm camping. Something about a curtain just doesn't feel, it just doesn't give me the privacy I want. I like a door. That's just me. Right in the center, king size bed. Aaron, what do you think about that? King size bed in an RV. You love it? You hate it?
Love it.
Yeah.
The more space, the better.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. A nice big bed, right? You're not going to elbow each other. There's not a lot of space in between here. Now I have a big butt, but I mean, I'm squeezing to get through here, but that's okay. That's why they have two doors. So you can just enter right on your side of the bed, hop in. With this style bed, you're honestly going to be crawling from here and getting into bed because as I said, you know, again, I have a big butt, but getting over here is a little bit tough without hitting this curtain, opening up the emergency exit or anything else. Both sides, though, you do get a big nightstand. This is pretty cool, too. If you take a look right up here, you will see a shelf with a USB port. So that way I can take my cell phone, put it right up there, plug it in, and it is out of the way, and I'm not going to hit it in the middle of the night. Again, I give them kudos for that. I think that was an excellent design choice because it still opens up all that down below. I'm the type of person who has, well, I would say a bottle of water, but if you ask my wife, it's actually like 5 bottles of water because I'll drink like 3/4 of them and they sit there and then I want a cold one, so I grab a new one. Anyway, I need space for my army of water, okay? Taking a look up top, you'll see a little bit more storage, opening that up, right? Decent storage space right up there. Now that we've seen the insides, take a look at some of the outside features on the 2021 Cruiser RV Radiance 25BH. Starting off is this bad boy right here, folks. That is a power tongue jack. And why do I love it? Because it makes my life easier, right? Rather than having to crank it up and down. Aaron, what would you rather do? Sit there and wear out your arm or touch a button?
I think the button's easier.
There it is. So we're going to use the button. Got a little light up front. 2 20-pound propane tanks. You'll see rails for your battery right behind that. Dropping down, you got this guy. What is that, you might ask? Well, if you have a dog, you can tie him up to there. You don't have to put a big stake in the ground or anything like that. Just tie him up right to the front of the camper. Good to go. You will also see this. A little bit tougher to see, but that is an enclosed underbelly, and that's going to do a couple things for you. One, it'll help keep out a lot of the road grime from getting all over your tanks and plumbing and everything else underneath there that you don't want a bunch of dirt and mud and stuff on. The other thing it's going to do is it'll help keep things a little bit warmer, right? A little bit of insulation. So this one does, I think they call it climate guard. I don't know, climate defense. Sorry, climate defense. Basically what that means is it's an enclosed, insulated, and heated underbelly, right? So as long as you have the furnace running, it's gonna blow that cold air down into that underbelly to help prevent lines from freezing up on you. Let's talk a little bit about the pass-through. A couple things I want to touch on. One, it is a very large door with a big opening. That's a big one for me because I like to put a lot of stuff in a pass-through. You also see it is a slam latch. Not my preferred slam latch because with these ones, it has the plastic and there's not a lot of weight to the door. So that one shuts. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. This one seemed to work. But it does have a magnetic catch, which I really like, especially with kids. That way if they run by and they go like this, you're not gonna have to worry about breaking a plastic clip or anything like that. If we take a look inside here, you'll notice a couple things. One, you get that marine grade flooring, and this is where I think it really shines, right? It's great having it up front, but right here is where I really like it because, you know, this is gonna get dirty, and this flooring is super easy to clean. It's very resistant, even to harsh chemicals. You can actually put bleach on here, and they claim it won't fade the coloring. I haven't tested it. Maybe a video for another time, Aaron. We might put that to the test. I like that one. But, with this right here, again, I like having it in here. You have wood and other stuff up here. It's easy to clean out. This one, I want to defer to everyone watching this video. I need to hear in the comments section what you think. I'm torn, right? I love the idea. Let me show you. So, extra storage. You got your hand grip right here. Put it up. Boom. You got a magnet there. Holds it up. Then you have this big tray in the underbelly. Kind of have this little lip. You can pull it up like so. Now, here's my thing. Right? I like the idea. I like the thought of it. But for me, if it's going to be functional, this needs to come out like another 6 to 8 inches, right? If it does that, then maybe I can reach all the way to the back. But currently, it's not giving me that much space. And when I look on the side, it looks like it could be engineered where you could make it come forward that much more, and for me, it'd be a lot more functional. That's me. So I do understand the use. I still think it's kind of nice to access some of those like mid-ship items in here because otherwise, right, it would be really tough to get those. So I do understand why they did it, and I think it is functional. My only other gripe, I guess, for me, is to access that, I can't have basically anything in my pass-through, right? I mean, it takes up 3/4 of my pass-through, and it's all right in the center. So to use the storage underneath, I have to empty everything out to get to it. And I guess for me, that doesn't make sense. Let me know what you guys think, right? Are you one that you just completely empty out your pass-through when you get to camp, right? Or are you like me where you're a hoarder and you just have a bunch of stuff in there like pool noodles, inflatables, everything else? Let me know if you think you would get use out of that. Drop it in the comment section. I'm very curious to see, you know, if I'm out of my mind and everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing on earth, or if you're kind of in my camp where it's like, I don't know, I understand what they were trying to do, but I just don't see the practicality to it. Let me know. Aaron, what are your thoughts before we move on?
Honestly, yeah, it seems I would rather be able to access it at any point rather than, like you said, having to empty it out. It would make more sense, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I like the idea. I like the attempt. I just don't think it's a perfect execution. Moving on. Right down here, you will see power stabilizer jacks. Touch a button to extend and retract. Hey, there it is. It says right on there. That front one will operate the front two. The back one, of course, will operate the rear two. Power awning on there. You can touch a button, roll that out. Same thing to go back in. And LED light strips right up top. Couple outside speakers. Those are controlled by that multimedia center we saw inside, which the multimedia center on this unit is that sound bar. So there's a zone 1 and 2 on there. One zone will be that sound bar, the other zone right up there. Making our way into the camper is nice and simple. You have the MORryde step above step system. I actually prefer this one over the Lippert, over the solid step. I think it's just built a little bit better. I think it looks nicer. My personal preference. Everyone watching may disagree. You will see aluminum treads plus some grip tape on there. The aluminum won't rust on you, and then obviously the grip tape gives you a little extra traction, plus a larger grab handle so you have a little more control from that first step all the way in. Adjustable feet on there as well. Making our way back a little bit further, you have some really nice looking tires. I'll give them that, right? Beautiful aluminum alloy. They did a great job on the wheels, rather. Sorry, not the tires, the wheels. I think the rims look great. They do. Going back a little bit further is the outside kitchen. You got some storage space up there for maybe some paper plates, something like that. You have the outside kitchen. Pull that guy out. Sink basin right here. You have the sprayer for the spray port. I'll show you in a little bit. Also a 2-burner cooktop. Now for me, I don't personally use a 2-burner cooktop a whole bunch. I use a grill or a Blackstone. And if you're just like me and you want to set up your Blackstone right here, you can. Propane Quick Connect is directly underneath, and that obviously feeds off your 2 big tanks up front, your 20-pounders. My favorite part though, right here, because that's where I'm putting my beverages, right? Because I'm too lazy to take 5 steps inside, I guess. I don't know. It's just for some reason there's something convenient about having it out here. Coming around to the backside, square tubular bumper with end caps gives you a spot to store your sewer hose mounted to that. Your spare tire, which is super easy to access. Hopefully you never have to, but if you do, just remove a couple bolts. Right up top is your Furion backup camera prep. So if you want a backup camera, having that prep makes it a lot easier to install, right? It's basically already pre-wired. It's a plug and play, meaning it'll save you a lot of money on labor. And then as we come around to the off-camp side, let's talk about basically our connection center right back here. You have your tank fill. So if you need to fill up your fresh tank, that's the place it'll be. Spray port, I talked about just a minute ago. You have that blue hose. The thing I like about this is if you're done dumping your tanks, right, terminations are gonna be right down there. I think it only has one, it should. Yeah, you just got the one termination right here, black and gray tank. When you're done, right, take your gloves off, wash your hands off. Need to spray your hose out, anything like that, good to go. That spray port is in a very convenient spot for that. City water inlet right underneath, plus a black tank flush to quickly and easily wash out your black tank so you don't get any toilet paper or anything gumming up your sensors, giving you false reads. This one has a 30 amp detachable power cord, plugs right into there, and cable and satellite inlets are back here as well. And folks, that wraps up the 2021 Cruiser RV Radiance 25BH. If you're interested in this family RV and you would like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching, folks. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.